Hello and welcome to another Blender tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you about the mirror modifier. The mirror modifier takes an object and mirrors it across its axis. So if we apply it, since the Suzanne is symmetrical across the x-axis, we don't see any change when we apply the mirror across the x-axis. However, the y and z-axis, we see something happening. We see that it mirrors itself across the origin point, which is this orange dot here. To have more control over this, we can move the origin point by holding Control Shift Alt and C, and then we can move the origin with these parameters here. So I'll move the origin to the 3D cursor. You have to move the 3D cursor first, but now you can see how it's mirroring across the 3D cursor. You can also move the object, keep the origin point isolated and move the object while in edit mode. And edit mode does not move the origin point. The next option we have here is this merge. Merge is going to take the object, and once it gets close to each other, we'll increase this threshold to give us some more wiggle room. But once vertices get close to each other between the parent object and the child object, they'll merge together like this. Just put those close. Tab out of edit mode so we can apply the modifier, tab back into edit mode to demonstrate the principle. And now you can see that these vertices, or this vertex, is connected on both ends. Let's Control Z what we've done to continue teaching. Clipping takes the object and won't let it merge past the point. So once you have the object and it hits the mirror plane, instead of clipping through, it stops in the middle. And with clipping enabled, once you have the object against itself, it won't move anymore. So you got to turn clipping back off in order to get the object out of there. Once you flatten it, as you can see, you've made a problem for yourself because it's flat. So Control Z, get out of there. Vertex groups, if we had a vertex group assigned to this, maybe we had his left ear isolated. When we apply the vertex groups, there would be a vertex group assigned here on his right, or if we had a vertex group on his right ear, I guess it's my left, then this ear over here would have the vertex group applied to it as well. With this unchecked, this will not have any new vertex groups assigned. Mirror object will mirror it across an object instead of the origin point. So if we just add a cube here and we use the mirror object, then we can use this cube as kind of a tool or a widget to mirror our object, which is typically useful when you have more than one object that you're working with. This last parameter, the UV textures, determines what happens with the UV map once you unwrap it. So if we create a UV map for this object, and I'm going to scale it down so that it rests in one quadrant just to demonstrate this principle, it will mirror this cluster of UV maps across the middle lines on this UV image. So U being left to right, V being vertical, just like X and Y on a regular coordinate plane. We'll show you what happens. If we apply this, now we have another map. It's a mirror image of this map on that side. We can do the same thing with the with V, and we can combine them. If we use just V, it would be up here, and if we used U and V, it would be up here. I recommend that you use one or the other and not both, so that when you have your object, you can keep as much detail as you can on this half of the screen, and then use an entire other half of the screen for detail on the other side of the object, instead of having just one corner and one corner, so that you're only utilizing 50% of your texture space. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I do read all my comments. If you have an idea of what you would like to watch in a future video, send me a message. Thank you for watching.